I got to 20. You said 19. We surpassed that. Now it's getting back down again. And it's only coming up to lunchtime. Amazing. Friday, September 27th, and absolutely elated to be speaking to Danny McMahon, coming out of Bristol. Today he's actually coming out of Nashville. He's doing a holiday thing over there. And, well, you know what we're like. You can go anywhere in the world. We'll find you. You're right here at Galaxy.
Galaxy.
Hi, this is Jody Medford, and you're listening to my good friend Grant on Galaxy 107 FM. Yeah, that's a good idea.
So you comfortable there, Danny? You don't need a drink?
Yeah, man, no, I'm all set. I'm all ready to go.
Oh, Jesus, I need a drink.
Now remember your Facebook Live.
On Facebook Live. Hey, thank you again for joining us here at Galaxy 107 FM. Today, I am absolutely elated to be joined by Danny McMahon, coming out of Bristol. Today, we're joining him in Nashville, Music City. Yeah, absolutely. And at the same time, got to thank, of course, Steve Baker from Visual Image Marketing for putting us on to Danny. Believe me, you can't go anywhere, guys, without us finding you.
Here's Danny.
It's 10:34. It's 16.
So right now, Danny, we got Boys Cry 2, and when we come out of that, we'll have a chat about that song.
Hi, Sean Williams.
Where you got
Hi,
it recorded,
Barbara
who
Beecham.
produced that, the lyrics
Corey.
itself, what the lyrics mean, and everything like that. Because believe me, we only have 4 songs, but we've been getting a lot of emails wanting to know about you and a lot
That's
about
great.
the music. You know what I mean? So, and as I say to you, it's about you and it's about your music. We want to know everything.
Okay.
Okay. And by the way, welcome to the Galaxy family, my friend.
Thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure.
It is an absolute pleasure on our side too. I'm
Todd
really
Zola,
elated,
happy
very
birthday.
humbled to meet you, my friend. I would love to be able to do what you do.
Oh, thanks, man. Thank you. It's a bumpy ride, but it's a fun one. You know, getting to wake up and every morning and do what you love doing is a good feeling for sure.
I believe me, my friend. I think you're going to be the next Ed Sheeran, and the pop artist, country pop artist coming out of England, mate. I've got an eye on you.
Oh, thank you, dude. It means a lot. Thank you.
And with our help, hopefully, we can step it up one for you.
That'll be incredible. That'll be absolutely incredible.
And as I said, I'm going to ask you about how the fans can get hold of you. I will not apologise if you get 5,000 more Facebook fans by the end of the week.
Oh no, please don't.
Dear, oh dear. Ah, dear, oh dear. I see the Prince Harry's lashing out at climate change disbelievers again.
Yeah, he is indeed. He is indeed. There's the I don't know. It's an interesting one with the royal family back home. It's 1 minute it's one thing, 1 minute it's another. You can never quite keep up with it, really.
Well, the thing I like the most is that Sir Elton likes to get old Harry into trouble every now and again.
He does, doesn't he? Yeah.
He's got a sense of humour.
Interesting relationship, that one.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, don't worry about a plane. Here, use mine.
Yeah.
Love that. Yeah, all the naysayers that don't have their own personal plane got upset at that one. Loved it. So I have screeds and screeds of information here. We will go through it by portion, if that's okay with you. I don't want to sort of give everything
Yes,
away.
absolutely. As much detail as you like. That sounds great.
Nice. Because as I say, it's all about you. The fans want to know, and I know one particular fan coming out of Cairns, Australia. She does this to me all the time, and I'm expecting it. I've got to be honest with you. I'm sure she's looking for a husband. Are you looking for a husband? No, you're not looking for a husband. Oh, that's our guard dog. We have a couple of guard dogs that roam the area and come in and take. Yeah,
Just
they
as
can be a
well,
pain
we're
in the
not-
bum, but never mind. Are they?
We're not
They
on
work.
radio,
let's
we're
do a
just
job at the end
Facebook
of the day,
Live
that's
for now.
Yeah, absolutely. But as I was saying, one young lady coming out of Cairns, Australia, she wants to know your married status, stuff like that. Now, I'm sure she's looking for a husband, but I've said to her in the past, and this is no exception, she has to come with a brewery and a boat. And that's my payment before I even introduce it to you.
Sure.
See you, Todd. Happy birthday.
Todd, happy birthday. Awesome. It's nice to have people join us on their birthday, isn't it?
And Barbara. Hi, Barbara.
Barbara? Barbara Beaton
Yes.
from Nova Scotia. Oh, Barbara, love you.
Oh, we love this song of Danny's.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. You know something I haven't done? I've been too busy talking to our guest artist today. Better actually hook him into the net. That sounds better. Hey, it is Danny McMahon joining us out of, well, Music City today because he's making a holiday of it, and I think it's a working holiday as well, in Nashville, USA. Danny McMahon, welcome to Galaxy 107.
Thank you for having me, my friend. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, you know, we've been following you now for a couple of weeks, and we've got to give a big shout out to Steve Baker, coming from Visual Image Marketing, who passed all your information on to us. We thought, well, you know, we'll put it through the process, see how the process goes. They ate it up, and, well, I got to be honest with you, almost scored myself a ticket from the local constabulary listening to your music.
Oh, that's as I said, that's a great story. That's one I'll definitely put on the CV, for sure.
Well, you can use that if you want, because believe me, I absolutely enjoyed your music, maybe a little too much that day, and had been absolutely busting to do this interview with you. Now, you're a singer-songwriter and a multi-instrumentalist. It's instrumentalist. His music is filled with emotive language, compelling vocal harmonies, and melodic tones of modern country. You know, I can see that. I really can. Now, what influenced you coming out of Bristol, UK, to want to play and be a country pop star?
Yeah, I mean, there's a few things, really. I mean, first thing that really sort of took me by storm was to do a song called Look to Me by Brad Paisley. And I play with the lyrics and the authenticity of the thing. I've been working as a professional writer for Paramount Music in the UK with a couple of country writers. And they kind of like, you know, sort of showed me through it and different artists. And that was the first single song that I could kind of sat down and I went, this is everything I love about music. And it just really got to me. And then moving on from, I went to Country to Country Festival 2017, which is our big country festival in England. And I got to watch the artists live for the very first time. It was the first time I'd seen sort of country music on a mass level like that. And it's the way that the audience engaged with it and the way that the artists presented themselves. I was like, that's me. That's what I want to do. That's going to make me feel so at home. I had this sort of like, I don't know, just sort of like this burning passion inside of me that I hadn't felt before. I kind of just made the decision. I went home and I started writing songs about me and my life and decided, okay, do you know what? Let's do this. Let's give this a go. And yeah, here we are.
You know, Danny, I got to be honest with you. I mentioned earlier on before we went live to air that I kind of have that feeling that you're the new country Ed Sheeran coming out of England, maybe even Sam Smith, to be very honest with you. There's that feel in a country style, if you know what I mean. So I can relate to that straight away because, believe me, I play this music every morning on The Breakfast Show. I play you now every morning on The Breakfast Show. I've been getting that many requests for you. But at the same time, tell me a little bit about your family. They were musical, weren't they?
Yeah, so my dad's side of the family are very musical. So my great-grandmother, so my dad's from Dublin in Ireland. So my great-grandmother was like the sort of like the number one sought after session pianist in Dublin. She used to basically go and play piano to the silent movies. So she played the theme tracks as the silent movies were running in the cinemas, and then again, my dad's a musician. My dad played guitar, banjo, harmonica. So yeah, very sort of like my great uncle was in the Black Watch and the Mint Tree band as well, played clarinet in them. So yeah, it's my dad's side of the family is steeped in musical history for sure.
Well, I'm going to let you know something. Seeing you've mentioned the Black Watch, that's our family tartan.
Okay, very interesting.
Yeah, on my mother's side.
Okay.
She comes from Edinburgh, of all places, and was part of the Black Watch in our family. It's just steeped in history, I got to be honest with you. Whereas, me personally, I was born in Phoenix, Arizona.
Okay, fascinating. What a small world.
Yeah, it really is. Now, my father was a Native American Indian.
Okay.
So I'm a Bitzer and ended up here in New Zealand. Strange that. Couldn't think of how that kind of worked out, but it did. Anyway, my friend, I want to know basically how we can get hold of you. This is a fan question, and they've been asking me this ever since I started playing your music. How do we get hold of you? Are you on Facebook? Are you on Twitter? Are you on Instagram? But more importantly, Danny, do you reply?
Yes, I always reply to all my fans. It's a big thing that we have sort of within my team, and it's something that we're really big on, is creating a community rather than just like me and fans. Like it's very important to create that sort of Danny McMahon community. I think it's really important. I always go and meet people, talk to people, reply to messages, and if you want to get hold of me, just my social media handle is the same across all platforms, which is at Danny McMahon UK, and that's Danny DAMMY and then MCMAHON UK.
It makes it easier if they're all the same. Believe me, I get all confused with hashtag this and Facebook that. And I've got to be honest with you, not so long ago, for the last couple of years, I actually didn't have a phone or any device. Once I left work, see, I'm kind of a private kind of guy. I go home, be with the family, that's it, business over and done with. And I had a Barbara for that, you see. And, well, just 2 weeks ago, she says, Grant, it's getting ridiculous now. This is your deal. Take care of it.
Yeah. This is it. You should end up spending your life on that thing, huh?
Yeah, believe me, and I'm finding it's getting more and more demanding by the day, I've got to be honest with you. So I will not apologise if you get 5,000 more Facebook fans, no time at all.
Oh, mate, I'd be absolutely blessed to receive them. Tell me about it.
You'll need to employ somebody like I was to be able to take care of it, I'm sure. At the same time, Danny, how do we get hold of your music? Are you on iTunes? Are you on Spotify? Have you got a website? We can download your music. Can we buy it from you?
Yes, of course you can. So the best way to purchase my music is via the iTunes store. So it's all available through there, and I can also send out physical copies to people. So just get hold of me on my social media, and I can post things out via PayPal. So I do that regularly as well. So yeah. Whatever works best for you.
Awesome. Now, at the same time, on your website, now, I presume you have a website, so I'm going to get you to spiel that out for me. But do you have a merch store as well? Can we buy products from there?
Yeah, so that's via my big cartel. You can get stuff on there as well. So that's again, Danny McMahon UK is the big cartel, and same for the website. So it'll be dannymcmahon.uk.
Now, having said that, on your merch store, how about sending us a few of your CDs that we could do a giveaway here at Galaxy? We would love to be able to keep Danny McMahon rolling here at Galaxy. Would you say throw us a few CDs, maybe a couple of T-shirts, whatever you've got there, that we could absolutely give away? Because believe me, our fans just clamber over themselves to be able to get a little bit of free product. But, even today, I can wear one while I'm doing the interview, if you know what I mean. Tommy Steele today, and subliminally people actually go and have a look at who I'm promoting at the time, and believe me, my friend, I'd be very honoured to be able to wear one of your brands.
Yeah, man, we will get to the post office and I will send some stuff your way.
Awesome, post office, yes.
There we go.
Yeah, not American. Yes, going to the post office. I love that. I really, really do. Shows you the UK class that we're bringing you here at Galaxy. Now, Danny, I want to talk to you about everything.
Yes. So the song "Everything," I wrote that one in Nashville last year when I was here, working and recording with a producer, a guy called Billy Smiley, who's quite well regarded in town. He was in a band called Whiteheart with a guy called Dan Huff, who produces the likes of Keith Urban, and we had a sort of a long conversation about that I had ideas for this song, and I'd written the ideas about 3 years prior, but he sort of like brought out some new ideas and where to go with the song and gave it a little bit more direction, and before we knew it, we'd laid down this demo, and I also brought in when I got back home to produce the final version of the song. I brought in a guy who'd played pedal steel for Emmylou Harris, and he sort of told me all these cool stories about and sort of how he was going to bring in that sort of like more authentic vibe to sort of work with the country pop feel that we were working with. It was a nice sort of a lovely blend of sort of all worlds, and a great sort of team effort to create everything. It was a really exciting process from start to finish.
Now tell me about the lyrics. How did you come to the lyrics?
The lyrics and everything. It was pretty much that sort of classic heartbreak country song. That was an issue. But it was just me and my acoustic guitar. That was very much sort of like the vibe that I was going for. It wasn't something that was particularly autobiographical to me in that particular moment, because a lot of my songs tend to be, but this one wasn't. So I was sort of creating a story as I went through. So a guy that been madly in love with this woman, and they'd had an incredible relationship, and suddenly it all falling apart. And as I say, when I'm coming up with lyrics and lyrical concepts, the only thing that I really seek is just to find a concept that's going to be relatable to as many people as possible, because that's where I write songs at the end of the day.
Well, I've got to be honest with you. I've just been told 1,153 requests since we've started playing it. That's not bad. That's not bad.
Good going. I'll take that all day long.
Absolutely. So here at Galaxy 107 FM, Danny McMahon and everything. Getting moved. How you feeling, Danny?
Hi, Steve Baker.
Great. Loving the vibe, loving the fun.
How are you?
Nice.
Steve Baker's online
Steve,
watching.
nice to have you with us, Steve. We have young Danny McMahon with us this morning right now. Thank you for introducing us. He's a gem. Steve's online right now. He's watching us.
Oh, hey, Steve.
Almost feel like the schoolmaster, you know what I mean?
Hi, Levi.
Looking over your shoulder all the time. Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
But believe me, Steve, wow, what a guy to have behind you.
Yeah, no, he's a wonderful, wonderful bloke, honestly. Like, it was great to meet him in person for the first time the other day. We were in Puckett's in Franklin, and we just had such a great conversation about music and the relationship between the sort of the British country scene and the American country scene, and it was great, lovely bloke.
Did you get a chance to go and check out the Josie Awards happening around there?
So I got to go. A couple of the guys who worked before me were at the Josie Awards, so they were nominated for an award up there, but I didn't get a chance to go and check it out. I've been playing a lot of shows here, so I haven't had much free time outside of doing that really. It's sort of we had a few shows and it's turned into a lot of shows, so I'm not complaining obviously, but it's the kind of the way that it's panned out, which has been great really.
Exactly, and believe me, I'm very happy for your success. I really, really am, because as I said to you, I think you're going to make it.
Yes,
Thank you.
I really have, believe me, 6 years I've been doing this for indie artists, and that's how we've made our listenership, is because of we specialise in this, you know what I mean? And it's not often that you come across a star you think, this one is going to make it.
Thank you, mate. That means a lot.
You know, so coming from us Kiwis down here, down under, believe me, I really, really do. Now I'm going to talk about maybe getting you down here, down under, to do a tour for us, maybe 4 or 5 shows. Now Barbara is the manager of Aurora Entertainments, and we do everything, the logistics, you name it. The only thing we don't do is the sponsorship. We need the sponsorship, you know what I mean? So if you've got anybody that wants to come on board, we will certainly work with you. Easier to get visas and everything like that from within our country than outside, if you know what I mean. We can put together your backline, your staging, your lighting, your sound equipment, whatever you need. We got it covered.
Amazing.
But believe me, we're looking at venues for you, maybe about 5,000 a night. 5,000 head. If we can get you into a festival where we can get you maybe 30, 40,000, that would be better. You know what I mean? So let's work with that. Consider that, because we would love to do
absolutely, 100%. We've been looking at it anyway, so that'll be superb.
Nice. Let's go back to the desk. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, 6 away from 11 o'clock, 17 degrees. The weatherman's winning right now, but I'm sure that I'm going to prevail after lunch, believe me. Friday, September 27th, and absolutely elated, folks, to be joined by Danny McMahon coming out of Bristol. But today he's in Nashville, and very, very busy young man, believe me. He's been telling me how busy he is, and I can absolutely see it. It's nice to have you working overseas, earning a bit of money while you're doing a little extra work. Well done.
Thank you, mate. Yeah, it's been great. So the shows have really. So it's our second time here. So first time we came in here, we just sat in the studio, learned how it all worked, sort of met new people. But this time we've actually been able to be in the heart of it. So been playing writers' rounds and meeting new people and doing some writes with American artists as well and writers. So yeah, it's been a very full-on trip, but I am not complaining in the slightest.
Now, I got to ask you, Danny, being from the UK, do you find that you and your writing style is different from the Americans?
Do you know what? That's such a great question, because I've had two different conversations about that today already, and that is one thing that I've literally picked up on. And that's why I've loved writing with the American guys, because obviously I'm surrounded by one thing, and they're surrounded and influenced by a completely different thing. So we'll bring sort of different lyrical connotations and different sort of melodic structures in terms of our songwriting, sort of into the melting pot, and then you come up with something that neither of you would have come up with in the first place. Which is really exciting. It's a really great thing to be part of, because the British scene is very different, and it's nice to sort of bring my flavour of what I experience and what I do into Nashville Music City, which is great.
Exactly. Now, how would you describe your flavour of country music?
It's for me. I mean, I'm very influenced by the American stuff and the modern American pop stuff. So I mean, for me, it's a blend. It's a blend of sort of the authentic side of country music with the modern day country pop production. Really. So as I say, I'm influenced by as far as being a producer, because I self-produce all my stuff. I've got a studio back in the UK, so I produce all my stuff in there. So I'm very big on sort of I bring in elements of sort of 80s synth pop almost in terms of the production value, and I sort of I bring that in with obviously the big country guitars, and then very much the songwriting comes from that real authentic life experience country music for sure.
Now, I was talking to an artist the other day, and he described himself as Americana. Would you call yourself Yukana?
Yeah, we could do. I mean, it's a new thing. So as I say, I'm doing country music in the UK, so I'm definitely not in the majority. So if we want to start something new, then I'm perfectly used to that.
Well, why not? We're Kiwis. We invent everything. And you also mentioned that you know Keith Urban. He's a Kiwi.
Well, yeah, Keith Urban's a great. He's one of my, pretty much my all-time musical hero. I just love the way that Keith moves with his records. Every record that he puts out, there's a new concept, there's a new flavour, there's something different, and you can hear from a production standpoint how well thought out those records are. And to me, that's really, really important. When you can hear that in an artist's work, for me, I sort of
find myself sort of engulfed in their music more and more and more, because I really, really appreciate that thought process that goes into the whole thing rather than just the song itself.
Well, I can see that coming out in your music as it comes, and am always looking for the next album, the next song, the next promotion that we can do, and we want to do that with you. Just asking though, have you ever really considered maybe coming down under to the Antipodes to New Zealand, land of the Long White Cloud, and doing a few shows?
Well, as I say, that our big aim for next year, we sort of start to explore the idea this year of going to other countries. We've been to Italy, we've been to Sweden, we've been to the US. So for next year, our big thing is to just get across in many parts of the world as possible. So to get to New Zealand would be an absolute dream come true. So we'd love to get there, absolutely.
I tell you, Danny, we could do an Australasian show where we include Australia's. We always love Australian money, so we could do maybe half a dozen shows over there. 4 here in New Zealand, I think, would be quite adequate. Maybe 10 shows all combined. Make it worthwhile you coming down here. But I got to ask you, Danny, we here in New Zealand, we're a little crazy. I got to be honest with you. We do things a little out of the norm. Are you up for a few challenges?
Crazier the better, mate. That makes energy and craziness makes for the very, very best show you can possibly put on. So as I say, a crazy crowd and how we like to be on stage tends to go down pretty well. So I'm all up for that.
Love that idea, but I tell you what, it's not all work. Let's be honest with you. We've got to have a little bit of play as well. And I'm just the devil to want to be able to do these things. I got to be honest with you. I got to ask you, have you heard of a hoo-hoo grub?
No, I haven't. No.
Okay, well, you've heard of a caterpillar, right?
I have heard of a caterpillar, yeah.
This is a hoo-hoo grub is like a double-decker bus to a mini.
Right, okay.
Okay, it's like, it's on steroids. It really, really is. It's big, it's white, it's got a black head. Now, the indigenous folks of New Zealand, the Maori, still do this today. In fact, we have a wild foods festival down the South Island. We would love to take you to. What you do is you put the live body in your mouth, you rip off the head.
Yeah.
Don't eat the head, it's yucky. But when you crunch down on the body, it's like eating creamy peanut butter.
Okay, I'm up for that. As I say, I'm up for experiencing the culture wherever I am. So, as I say, if it involves that, bring it on.
Awesome. Then we'll take you down the bottom of the South Island, down to Queenstown. Believe me, this is the place to be. You get to see stars from all around the world go down there. It's the real trendy little place to go. I don't know, Barbara, we'll throw them off a bridge.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. We have a thing here in New Zealand we call bungee jumping.
Yes. I know all about bungee jumping. I've never been, but I would love to do it.
Well, I tell you what, I do it quite often, I got to be honest with you. I also like paragliding, parachuting, you name it, anything that involves stepping out of things or off things. I'm in there, I really, really am. Maybe not climbing up things, but stepping off them, yeah, always fast on the way down. And a lot of people say, well, what, that stuff will kill you. I went, no, it's only the stop at the bottom that hurts.
Sounds good. Let's bring it on. As I say, I'm no climber, but I'm happy to jump out of things. That's crazy, and we like that. So
exactly, it doesn't take that much effort to step off something, does it?
Exactly.
Now,
just enough adrenaline to carry you through.
Exactly. Now, at the same time, of course, you've got to bring Rachel, right?
Of course, Rachel will be coming with me. She comes everywhere I go, so she will be coming with me for sure.
So she can partake in Barbara's favourite sport, which is shopping.
Yeah, she's happy with shopping. Happy with shopping.
She's safe with that one. Good on her. But at the same time, I've got to ask you, have you ever heard of a Zorb?
No, I haven't. No, fill me in.
This is fun. This is really fun. What we do is we make sure that you've got a bit of juice in you to start off with, and then we put you in a big plastic round ball and roll you down a hill. Like Skittles, we'll have people running in front of you. It is amazing to watch the expressions as you run over top of them. It really is.
There we go. Okay, sounds fun. I best get preparing now by the signs of things.
You better. You really better. I tell you what we'll do is we'll make sure that you get instructional videos of everything. We really, really will. So that you are prepared for, well, when you meet up with us, you'll go, oh, God, really? I'm really doing this? Now, at the same time,
I live at the top of a huge hill, so I'll roll down that a couple of times to get the practice in.
No, you need to be inside a ball. You really do. Far more safer that way. If you hit anything, you know, at least you get a bounce, right?
Yeah.
Love that idea, I really do. But at the same time, I'm sure you're familiar with Lord of the Rings.
Of course.
Okay, about an hour and a half from where we are. Now, we're stuck in between three major cities, one a tourist city, one a shipping port city, and one, of course, a fishing city. But just a little way from us, an hour and a half away, is Middle-earth, otherwise known as, what's it known as these days? It's a matter.
Hobbiton Town.
Hobbiton. Why did I think? Look, I know Sir Peter. Yeah, I shouldn't have never forgotten that. I'm just getting so excited about taking Danny and his good lady Rachel with us to go and see the set of Hobbiton from Lord of the Rings.
Sounds fun, mate. Sounds fun.
And I'm sure Rachel will be in for this one too. Maybe we can take on a yacht ride through the harbour of Auckland City, which is our biggest city, the Hauraki Gulf. You know, wine meal, taking the backdrop, absolutely splendid.
Sounds exciting, mate. Sounds exciting. Closest I've been to Auckland was my suitcase got taken there once when I flew to LA. That's the closest I've been.
Ah, brilliant, brilliant. At least something of yours has been to New Zealand. Did you get it back? Did you get it back?
I did, yeah. I got it back a couple of days later.
That's very disappointing.
Funny though.
That doesn't sound like Air New Zealand or anything else to do with New Zealand. No,
You said it, not me. You said it, not me.
It really doesn't. But I tell you what, it really beats everything hands down. Now, I want to talk to you about Pushing My Hands Down. I love this track. Tell me all about it.
Thank you. So yeah, Pushing My Hands Down is a song about. It's basically a song about my journey into country music. I was trying to find a voice for. I wanted to explain how this journey kind of panned out, because to begin with, I was very worried about how a British guy singing country music was going to go down. So I kept putting it off and off and off and off, and I had a lot of friends who were telling me, go and do it. You know, they'd heard my demos that I kind of been flying around the place as a writer, and they were like, just do it as an artist, see how it goes. And I eventually was sort of like, okay, fair enough, let's give it a whirl. But it took a lot of... when I started doing this, I had a massive lack of self-confidence because I was really unsure of how it was going to go. How people were going to respond to it, so it was a big jump for me to take. So this is about the whole song is basically about, you know, just being yourself and trusting in yourself and who you are, and it's specifically applied to my journey into country music.
You know, absolutely love that. I really, really do. So right here at Galaxy 107 FM, here's Danny McMahon, Pushing My Hands Down. You need your fan in here, Barbara.
I'm alright.
How you feeling, my friend?
Yeah, great, loving it. Great fun.
Nice. I'm sure Rachel was having a laugh in the background.
She's watching online here.
She's watching online.
Hi,
Whilst watching the Facebook Live, I think.
She is.
Okay, well, we'll give you a copy of that, don't worry. And we'll take a couple of photos after we do this interview as well, so that we can do the Facebook posts and everything like that. At the same time, we'll do a very, very quick video, because we get so much traffic come to our website. They don't just live stream us, they get nosy and go and have a look through our pages. Sometimes I feel like the most oogled guy in town, you know what I mean?
Amazing.
It really is. So we put a little shout outs on the home page. You can't miss it, you know, and people go and have a look. So we'll do that as well. It's all part of the promotions of Danny McMahon.
Thank you.
And we love your music. Hopefully you'll come back again with some more music in the future. Will you consider that?
Of course. My new single's going to be out in November, so I will shoot that your way as and when I've got it.
Awesome. And I tell you what, don't be surprised if Barbara gets in touch with you and asks you to come along for our specialised Christmas show, where we just do shout outs from all of our artists that we've done through the year. You know, a couple of minutes just to say hi, you know, who you are, and play a song, Christmas greeting, and move on. Would you do that with us?
Of course I would.
It's such fun.
Awesome, and they can be fun. And I do, you know, you can give me as much stick as you like, because, you know, I've got big shoulders.
Okay.
Yeah, good. And somebody's birthday is coming up very, very shortly too. I think they've got a surprise coming.
Yes, Rod Hansen.
Rod Hansen's birthday is coming up. He's going to be the big 5-0.
Yeah, from
And
Canada.
We wanted to be there. Unfortunately, we couldn't be there through work commitments. But Rod Hansen, from us here at Galaxy 107 FM, we wish you a very happy birthday this weekend. Darcy, thanks for telling us. Very important man in Canada is Rod Hansen. He does a lot for indie artists, and believe me, his lovely wife Darcy invited us over for a surprise birthday party, but unfortunately we couldn't make it. We've got to stay here and do our job. So we're doing something special for him, and Danny, we've included it into this interview because I know he watches and he looks at every interview we do. Man is amazing, he really is. And production's shaking her head at me. It's a surprise. They're not watching. No, I know they're not watching. They will be.
God, you're terrible. There's no surprise with you around.
Letting cats out of the bag.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Terrible. I have to spank you.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. Excuse me, 9 minutes after 11 o'clock, 16 degrees downtown. It's starting to go down a bit. A little worried about that. Friday, September 27th, and I am absolutely elated to be joined by Danny McMahon, coming today out of Nashville, but not hailing from there, of course, hailing from Bristol in England, the UK. And we don't get too many, Danny, coming out of your area simply because of the time zone difference and stuff like that. We have done a couple, but not a lot of people are up about 2 o'clock in the morning when we tend to want to be able to interview people like that. And believe me, it has been a mission. So we're very elated to have somebody from your region, your part of the world, join us today. Now, you're quite an accomplished artist and have picked up a number of awards over the years. You've been doing this, including, of course, 2019's UK Country Artist with Country Artist of the Year, Country Singer of the Year, and Country Song of the Year.
Yes.
That's quite a bag.
It was quite. That was to get rid of those in one night was a pretty crazy experience, to be quite honest with you. So I went in. I was happy to be there. I was performing with my band, and that was kind of where I'd sort of drawn the line in my head. So every time I was nominated for an award to go up and win was just a really special night. It was a great experience for sure.
I would absolutely have loved to have been there to watch that, to be quite honest with you. But at the same time, ISSA, you've been accomplished there as well. International Singer-Songwriters Association 2019 wins Male Rising Star, Vocalist of the Year, Male Songwriter of the Year, Male Country Artist of the Year. What don't you do?
Oh no! I just try and keep it as I say. I just try and keep it as I don't know. As if I'm putting stuff out and people are recognising it and people are enjoying it in any capacity, I'm grateful. And to be sort of recognised by bodies such as those guys is a really it's a massive honour, to be quite honest, because that's kind of what you dream of when you first start writing songs. Is to get. Not recognition to fuel your ego, but recognition for the fact that the whole reason that you write songs is to be able to connect with people on an emotional level. And if you can do that with your songwriting, then that's a really special feeling.
I fully understand that. Now, your influences, Brad Paisley, Emo, very, very cool. Duran, that goes back a few days. And Japan, of course, Sam Hunt, and Rascal Flatts. That's quite a mixed bag.
Yeah, man, I've got a very eclectic musical taste. I've been involved in numerous musical projects across the years that have all been in completely different ballparks in terms of, style and genre. And to be honest, I think that just makes you a better musician overall, because you kind of understand where, the best bits of each genre come from. So as I say, I wasn't, born, with wearing a Stetson, listening to George Strait. I said country music was something that I sort of developed later in life. But I'm so grateful that I was able to discover it, and it's an incredible world, and I'm absolutely humbled to be part of it.
When I saw Paramore here, I thought, Brad Paisley, I can get Paramore and country. Interesting, very, very interesting. But at the same time, the future of the UK country music, I think, is very safe in your hands.
Thank you, mate. That means that means a lot. As I say, when we first started doing this, I was going to be sort of grateful for 10, 20 people to know about what I was doing, and to sort of be named in any capacity as a UK Country Artist of the Year was more than I could have dreamed of, I guess. So it's to have that sort of resting on their shoulders is a lot of pressure, but it's as I say, an absolute honour at the same time.
Well, at the moment, my friend, believe me, there's almost 6 million people know who you are. So. And 62 countries, 95 cities around the world apparently, and regional areas, little towns, stuff like that, are all tuning in around the world to know Danny McMahon this morning. Now, you've supported Dylan Snyder, Charlie Worsham, but Khan Cox. Now, Khan Cox is a favourite of ours.
Okay, yeah, great guy, great music.
Have you met him?
Yeah, so I supported it. So we hung out backstage. I learned a lot from Kanan. He's a great guy and super driven as well. Works really, really hard for what he does, and that really comes across in his performance and his music.
Well, we play him on the breakfast show almost every morning as well. So you're up amongst the elite there. You really, really are, and we are happy to have you there. Now, I want to know all about When I See You. Tell me all about the lyrics.
Oh yeah, so this had a hell of a journey, this song. So When I See You, I was actually just brought in originally just to produce this song, which is really funny. That I was never supposed to be the guy that was going to sing it. So this was written by a guy called Daniel Evans, who's a commercial writer in the UK. He approached me with this song and said, "Danny, I've written a song about my grandfather passing away." I said I'd like to cut a demo of it. And we cut the demo, and then it came back from mastering, and I did the vocal take over the top. And he said, "That's perfect, that's what I want." He was like, "Would you release it?" And I heard it back, and I was like, "This is perfect, this is everything country music should be about. It's real, it's about a real life situation, it's something that we're all going to experience at some point, whether we like it or not." So we put it out, and this was the one that sort of like changed my year last year, really. It went to #1 in the UK iTunes Country Chart, and it was the one that won Song of the Year at the UK Country Radio Awards. So
Well,
really special song.
I got to be honest with you, Danny, it's a personal favourite of mine. When I first heard it, it was the first song I heard, and I've been told 2,700 people have requested it since we've started playing. You're right up there, you really, really are. So right here at Galaxy 107 FM, here is Danny McMahon, and When I See You. Congratulations, Danny. That's a really good score.
Thank you, mate. Thank you.
It really, really is. We'll wind it up on air after this, but don't go anywhere, my bro. We've got a couple of things we'll do next, including, we'll get a couple of crazy photos of you.
Yeah, good.
Maybe Rachel can smack something on your shin or something, just
Sure.
No, we'll give you the crazy photos for sure.
I can,
but we'll add all of that onto the Facebook the post, if you know what I mean, all that sort of stuff. But Danny, please keep in touch with us. We would love to be able to follow you through your career. Is that possible?
Thanks, mate. Of course, we'd love that.
Awesome. And as I was saying earlier on, if you've got any brands or anything you would like us to be able to wear while we're doing these, subliminally, yes, we would love to be able to do that, because people do look, they do go and find other people, because, something I'm wearing, for God's sake. It works.
Yeah,
it
yeah,
really
absolutely.
works.
I will make sure we get stuff sent your way, no problem at all.
Awesome. I'll get Barbara to send you
and
our
I'll
address
keep
and
in
everything.
contact with Rachel.
No worries.
Yeah, yeah. Of course
for-
you will. Of course you will.
For Danny.
Yeah, yeah. Believe me, you two are setting up for a shopping expose,
we
aren't you?
are.
Yeah. It's Barbara's favourite sport. It really is.
So, to be honest, Rachel's never been a crazy shopper, but she has her moments. She has her moments.
Sounds
for
sounds like she can, you know.
Yeah.
Yep. She's time to practice, Rachel. Personally, I want to get Barbara tattooed.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. And believe me, I've got an artist coming in from overseas. I think in Canada, isn't he?
Aaron Allen.
Aaron Allen. He's a tattooist. Wonderful artist in his own right. But he's also a tattooist. So I says to him, if he comes to New Zealand, bring your guns. I want to do Barbara, and he loves that idea.
Hi, Dwayne. Good luck for tonight, mate.
Dwayne Watson, we wish you all the best in Langley tonight, live on stage. Believe me. Gabby's Country Cabaret, 9 o'clock you're going on stage. We wish you all the best, my friend. Thank you for being a superstar at Galaxy. And Dwayne Watson is a superstar as well. He took out Country Artist of the Year here at Galaxy last year.
Okay.
And we did our first, we made history last weekend by doing and holding a Galaxy event in Vancouver.
Oh, amazing. Congratulations.
Yeah, it was the first time that we've been able to break into Canada and do events and stuff like that. Unfortunately, tonight we're not associated with Dwayne except for being best of friends and supportive. And we wish him all the best. Break a leg. Have a good night.
Oh, don't be mean.
Okay, break a guitar string.
No, that's even meaner.
Yeah, okay. Leave the G string out of it.
Look, we'll get back to Danny here.
Danny knows what I mean. Yeah.
I knew exactly what you meant.
Dear. I used to tour with a very famous band, and we used to forever try and we had valets. We used to try and get rid of our valets.
Right.
And we ditched our valet one time in Amsterdam. I went running up these stairs and they had traditional country music. There's all these folks in traditional clothing clogging. Now the funny thing is, this little blue-eyed, blonde-headed lady comes up to me and she goes, "Do you clog?" And I went, "Only if I eat too much cheese."
You're terrible.
True story.
Yeah, I know.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. Rachel, I see you looking at me, looking at you, looking at me. I just had to throw that one in there. 20 after 11 o'clock, it is 16 degrees downtown. Celsius for those not in New Zealand. Believe me, we do Celsius, not Fahrenheit. But joined today by Danny McMahon coming out of Music City, Nashville, but he comes from Bristol. Good on Bristol. Glad to have you with us, my friend. I got to thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to talk to us down here, down under.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's been an absolute pleasure. So great fun.
Absolutely, my friend. You will come back again and bring us more new music, won't you?
Of course, yeah. We've got new music coming out in November, so we'll be sending it away the very moment it is to go.
Awesome, and don't forget that Christmas thing we were going to do. We want to be able to keep everything going. And of course, from me, I would love to be able to wish you a very happy and prosperous Christmas, New Year, all that sort of thing in the appropriate time. So we'd love to see you back then again.
Sounds fabulous. I'll be there ready to go. Sounds awesome.
Awesome. So that wraps it up for us for another day. Danny McMahon has been an absolute gentleman in joining us today. And of course, he is coming back again. But in the meantime, here's Jethro Tull, Locomotive Breath.